Welcome back to Backroom Talk. This season, we're bringing you behind the scenes conversations with awesome coaches who are shaping the future of fitness. I'm your host, Candace Dixon, CMO of OPEX and CoachRx. In this episode, I sit down with Ahmed Tarek as he shares his journey from engineer to successful gym owner and coach. Ahmed dives into how he's building a thriving fitness community by focusing on what matters most, truly understanding each client's deep motivations and goals. He walks us through his approach to client transformation through habit-based coaching, the power of listening more than talking, and how building trust leads to long-lasting coaching relationships. What really shines through is his philosophy that great coaching happens one step at a time, meeting each client exactly where they are in their journey. Whether you're a career coach or thinking about coaching as your next move, this episode is packed with actionable insights. All right, let's jump into my chat with Ahmed.
Hi, Candace.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing well. How was your day?
It was a good day. It was a busy day, but a good one. What about you?
How many hours ahead are you?
Yeah, so now it's 9 p.m. here. I think we're 7 hours ahead.
Uh-huh. Oh my goodness. So you've had a long day already.
Yeah. Yeah, just finished work. Had several meetings and some coaching sessions. Yeah, so it's been a long day, but
Well, thank you so much
I'm
for
good.
spending some time with me.
Yeah, sure. I'm looking forward to this meeting.
I wanted to start from the beginning. Like, I love to just dig into these stories and understand what inspired you to become a coach and to just talk through kind of your journey from that moment you knew you wanted to be a coach to now.
Yeah, okay. So my journey, really, this is the first time I share something like this, and I'd love to share this in detail. So I'm happy to share it, and thank you for giving me this opportunity. So to start, my career, when I started, it wasn't into the coaching career, but let me start from the beginning. So my background is an athletic background. I was I played swimming, water polo, volleyball. I played several sports, so my childhood was full of athletic career and full of playing different sports. Then, after some time, for some reason, I stopped playing the sport, and I didn't want to stop doing what I love the most, which is fitness. So at this point of time, CrossFit was booming at this point of time, and the functional fitness was booming. But in Egypt, it wasn't very well known yet, and functional fitness as well was not that known at this point of time. This was like 2014, 2014, around this time. So, I started doing fitness with a group of people in the club, and this was the start of doing something like doing fitness for fitness, not for sport. And this was something a bit new for me, that I don't have like a deadline or a competition that I'm training for, and this was something interesting for me. Then this sparked something that I saw how people were getting into. Doing something recreational, doing something where beginners get into the training and they get better, and how the process is going recreational, or for people who are sedentary and they start training and they get better, and they start their fitness journey while doing fitness, not while doing something like a sport or something. So from here, I started thinking about why not taking this into um, the second level, or maybe learning a bit about how to help people get better and how to help people move better. So I started reading more about this and reading more about CrossFit. And at this point, I had my coach in the club who was coaching this group of people, who's now my business partner in the gym that I own. We became like the two owners of the gym. So I learned a lot from him, and I was assisting because at this point I was one of the best athletes in this fitness group. and I came into the assisting phase of being an assistant coach. All of this while I was in college. So I started reading about it. I started assisting coaching. I started to know the people around and to help some people move, live, and get better in what they do. Then I started taking my first certificate, which was the CrossFit L1 certificate. I took it in Dubai. I traveled to Dubai to get certified before I start coaching individuals to give them something like independently. I decided to take this with a certificate first. So I went to Dubai, took the CrossFit L1, and it was really interesting to see how people in the CrossFit community look to fitness and how the sport of fitness is evolving. And this was the start. But after I finished CrossFit, I still didn't know how to write a complete program for a client. This was the main thing that made me explore something like OPEX. And this was like, this is okay, this is the complete thing. This is where you can coach any type of person. So I started after I took CrossFit, I started coaching people, and I reached to coaching almost 100 person, a group of 100 people. So, and this was for free. We started doing this for free, doing something just to educate people about how functional training is a good thing to start with, and we did this for free to build the community in the club. Then to regulate this, 100 people, of course, I wasn't coaching them alone. I had some assistant coaches, but still, this was for free. And to regulate something like this, we started doing it like with a small subscription, and we got some. This was with mainly body weight and kettlebells and things like that. But we needed to take this to the next level, so we made it paid with a subscription that wasn't so high to still keep the people going and enjoying what they're doing, and to not to take them to the next level. We needed to upgrade our service and regulate this with the club and things like that. So this was the start of the fitness journey while I was in college. I graduated from college 2016, where I was holding already this fitness group, and I started the engineering career. I graduated from electromechanical department in Egypt. Then I had this argument of like, are you going to pursue the career of being an engineer, or you will go to the career of coaching? And this was like a big question in my mind that took like a year and a half to find an answer for this. So um, I started in the career of engineer for like a year and a half, and on the side I was coaching. So my day started by going to train. I go do my first workout, then I go to the 9 to 5 job. I finish the 9 to 5 job. I get my lunch, then I go to coaching. I finish coaching. I go home, and I kept repeating this for like a year and a half. After this, felt like, okay, I built great community. The returns coming from this was good enough to say that I can independently depend on something like coaching. And I started taking OPEX at this phase by 2016. I got my certificate. Then I decided, okay, I can open my gym and start taking this career. And I shifted my career completely. I took also nutrition courses, the precision nutrition. I took level 1 and level 2, the master's class. And I became a full-time coach, nutrition coach, business owner. And this is where I am today, doing this for like 9 years of coaching. Yeah, so this was the start.
Wow. Do you look back on the days when you were in the office, in the engineering office, and ever think what would have been if I stayed there? Or are you just so happy with your day to day now that you don't even think about it?
Yeah, definitely. If I went back, yeah, I'm happy with with what I did. I'm happy with what I'm doing every day, even if I have like a long day. If I had this long day in the engineering career, definitely I wouldn't be smiling at the end of the day like this. So I enjoy what I'm doing. I love what I'm doing. I love seeing new people. I love helping people. So yeah, going back, yeah, I would have done the same thing again.
How many years now have you had the gym officially open under your
So
leadership?
yeah, so 5 years officially opening the gym. We started in 2019. Officially, we started in 2020. So we're in the fifth year now.
The gym is beautiful, by the way. I hope everyone goes and checks it out on your Instagram. Did you guys build from the ground up, or did you acquire a space that was already beautiful and made it your own, or how did that work out?
No, we did this from the ground up. So we had the design. We waited so long to do something like we didn't want that gym to be like the four walls where you don't see the light outdoors. We wanted something like having an outdoors area, indoors area, having the functional equipment, having the luxury to spend some time with the people around and to build the community and to have a social life beside the gym. So we have people who finish their workout and they go sit together or they go do some work or have their snack on the side. So we try to build something like a community-based gym and have different services around. We have a rehab center. We have the coaching services that we do from kickboxing or the coaching sessions or the sports side, and we have that food and beverage side so people can enjoy whatever they want to do in the gym.
Wow. I mean, it's just turned out so gorgeous. And the colors, the yellow and the indoor and outdoor is so beautiful. I see so many of your happy clients sharing they're hitting these milestones of 100, 200, 500 workouts. And I know that that's something you've also brought into the culture of recognizing the people's accomplishments of achieving those workout milestones. So share a little bit about that.
Yeah, so with the update coming on CoachRx, so let's start by how we implement our personal training services. So we started by doing the personal training services before CoachRx. We used other apps, but when CoachRx came with that expert type of coaching, we had that completing workouts notifications where clients get like when you finish a workout, you get the workouts done and the count of the workout. So people started looking to I finished the 100 workout and we have that PR bell. So when they finish 100 workout, they ring the bell. Then we wanted to take this to the next level. So why not doing like a wall for them to have a picture after they ring the bell? We take a picture for them with a Polaroid and we put the picture right away on the wall, and people any newcomer coming, they look to this wall. Okay, you have like people in the gym who did 200 or 300 workouts, which gives somehow credibility to the place and to the coaches and to the community that people can come and stay for like 200 300 workouts, which takes years to do something like this. So it built some momentum in people's consistency in training and seeing, okay, if this is the person who did the 100 workout and they see them around, okay, I saw you on the wall and tell me more about your journey and how was the 100 workout going. So it made like a story in the gym for everyone going around.
Now, does the gym offer classes as well as individual design, or talk a little bit
Yeah,
about the services you provide?
yeah. So we have group training, we have person training, we have the online training, and we have kickboxing, and we have the open gym if someone is already having like a workout from any coach around and he wants to just use the facility. So these are the main services. Beside nutrition, of course, we do nutrition coaching as well. And beside the kickboxing, we have people who are we're outsourcing uh, one of the best in the market in kickboxing. And we have the rehab and recovery center. So these are the main services we have in the gym.
Oh. Do you feel like it's a mix of male and female clientele, or do you skew? I see a lot of ladies in the Instagram all showing how strong they are and these achievements, which is amazing. But is it more? Do you feel like it's pretty mixed, or are you more servicing females?
Yeah, we're a mixed gym. We have mixed type of clients. So we have the males and the females. Maybe in the past phase, the female doing these number of workouts were more than the male, but the males are coming.
They have a little bit of a battle. Who can be the
Yeah,
most consistent?
somehow, yeah.
What's your favorite part of a service to coach? Do you enjoy the group environment or one-on-one in person, remote? What are your preferences?
Yeah, so I really love both. Everyone has like its favorite parts. So in the group training, I love the vibe. I love seeing new people coming around and building friendships in the group training and people motivating each other. And I love in the group training from the coaching side. I love where how we can coach different types of people in the same session and somehow tailoring the different what's different between the different type of clients. So if, for example, we have like two kind of people, like an intermediate and an upper level intermediate, how you can scale the version of workout for people. So it gives somehow a skill for the coach to be having that fast action and fast thinking. Okay, this person can do this movement so well. So if you can do, for example, a goblet squat at this time, let's just put a box here, go do this box squat. If you did the box squat right, we can go to the next level. So it gives that like a maestro thing of you do this, you do that. So it gives this skill, and it feels nice when you know how to do this. So in the beginning, it wasn't so easy to coach different kind of people in the same session, especially when we have like a big number of people. Of course, we limit the number to a maximum of like 20 clients, but this is like the max we reach. So the average would be like around 10 to 15 clients. So managing 10 to 15 clients is different than having a person training. So this is the good side of the group training. Person training is the in-person training that we do. I enjoy doing the customized program, seeing how people are going from the assessment to from the consultation. Let's start from the beginning. So from the consultation, which I learned in OPEX, it taught me how to dig deep into what the client wants. Sometimes people come and their goal is like, I just want to get fit. Okay, what's fit for you? Fit for you is not fit for me, is not fit for another person. So tell me more about being fit. So you get him from being fit. Okay, so I want to look good on the beach, or a fit for another person is like, I want my kids to see me looking good when I get older. So the goals are different when you start digging deep. And this is one of the things that I learned, for example, in precision nutrition, which is the 5 whys. You ask 5 whys before you you know what's your real goal. So why do you want to get fit? Because, for example, I want my kids to see me better. Why do you want them to see you better? To be their role model. Why do you want them to be to see you like a role model to do this when they get older? So you come from getting fit to seeing their kid getting better in the future. So now this is a strong why. Whenever they feel down, whenever you feel demotivated, they know what's their why, and this is what gets them up. So this is in consultation. Then comes the art of creating the design and creating the program, and how you can take a client from a beginner level and put to him like, this is the, let's say, the 1 year plan, or this is the 1 month plan that we're going to do day to day, but look ahead, this is what you're going to do for a year. So you lay out to him how the next year or how the 100 workouts coming are going to look like as a layout. Then you start educating them about the cycles in training. For example, we have a cycle of 5 weeks where we're building the basics of your training, and you take it step by step till they reach their goals. So I love this journey. I love this journey of taking clients step by step till they reach their goals in group training and in person training. This has its good part and this has its good part. Yeah.
Are you also doing remote coaching, or are you
Yeah.
focused just on the in-person?
Yeah, I do remote coaching, but I'm limiting the number somehow, or the number of people who are in remote coaching somehow now are not that much like the in-person, because the in-person takes like a huge amount of time. And one of the things I learned from Michael Ban is you need to do in-person coaching for like 5 to 6 years on ground with the clients before moving to online training. I learned a lot from Michael Ban. I learned a lot from Sam Smith and from the boss, of course, James. Everyone in OPEX really have an input, and everything they say is engraved here.
I love that. Yeah, you do learn so much about how to correct movement and assess movement in person. It's much more challenging remotely. Do you require your online clients or your remote clients to come in for an assessment in person in the gym and then coach them remotely or hybrid? Or do you have some clients that are just discovering you online from all over the world and you take them on as a new client remotely?
Yeah, so both scenarios happen. If the client is near, if someone is around the gym area, and we can meet in person, I love the in-person meeting, builds more connection. Then okay, we can do this on ground. Then you can start the online training, and you have the option if you want to use the gym while doing your online training. It's okay. If you want to use a gym that's more close to your home, you can do this. If you want to do the hybrid, we can do this. And remote coaches, definitely everything is remote with them. If they visited Egypt or something, they can come visit the gym, of course, and we can have some in-person sessions.
What are some of the biggest hurdles you've had to overcome growing the business to where it is now? And I mean, the gym and the coaching side, I guess they both have their own challenges being a business owner of a physical
Definitely.
location and also just developing your craft professionally.
Yeah, so challenges, definitely there are a lot of challenges. So to start, I think the biggest challenge when it comes to business and to coaching is educating the clients about the difference between what you used to do and what you want to do and what you need to do. I think this is one of the biggest things we spend a lot of time in educating people. So, for example, let's say most of people think about transformation programs where it's a 12 weeks program where you're going to lose fat and shred your body in 12 weeks. This is the thing that a lot of people still have this mindset that you can transform your body in 6 weeks or 12 weeks or something like this by just workout. So this can be something to grab people's attention at first, that, for example, we're doing a fat loss program where you can lose fats in, let's say, 6 weeks or 12 weeks or something like that. And in the first day of orientation, okay, so what we told you can happen in some conditions. The first thing you need to understand that results take time. You can start losing weight, yes, and you can transform, yes, but transformation is mainly in your habits. If you're going to transform your habits, you're going to transform your body, and this is going to come as a byproduct. So educating people and finding how we can use the marketing to educate people and get people to understand the different kinds of services, and to understand how the market and the marketing is using some scenarios just to build traffic and to sell something that's not that true, and how social media is deceiving somehow. It took us a lot of time, and it's taking us a lot of time to educate something like this. So this is one of the main things to start, is educating the clients about how the value comes in something like this. The second thing would be how people usually depend on mainly the machines, like bodybuilding. We don't have a lot of machines, and we're not planning in getting a lot of machines to keep emphasizing on how moving well and how using your core and how using free weights is way more important than doing isolating muscle. Definitely both are correct, and using both and incorporating both together is correct, but not this only and not this only. This is one of the obstacles as well, because some people, when they go into the gym and yeah, you don't have a lot of machines, okay, I don't think this is what I need. Then after they go into the workout, or we give them like a trial session or a pre-session or something, and they give it a try and they see how they can get out of this workout yeah, drained or tired more than doing a bodybuilding workout, and seeing where the weak point is, which is mainly in bodybuilding when people use machines. Core is the main thing that's weak. They don't train it so much, like focusing on hypertrophy or building just strength in the upper body or the lower body. So they come and they see how their core, they can't hold the plank, for example, for a 1 minute, but they can bench press 50 kilos. So, okay, this is how your core strength is. So you're having an imbalance. If you want to lift more than this in bench press, you need to have a strong core to avoid injury. So educating people in something like this is one of the biggest challenges.
Oh, it is. I can't imagine. There's so much information available to everyone that the people probably come in with so many misconceptions, and so you probably have to spend a lot of time
Yeah,
resetting those expectations.
yeah, exactly. And it takes time.
On the business side of things, what do you think? What has been the most challenging for you to overcome at achieving the growth? Because it sounds like from the beginning you had quite a bit of demand.
Mhm.
Obviously, getting 100 people into a group environment for a class, even if it is free, is not an easy feat. Maybe acquisition is not the biggest challenge that you have had for growth, but has there been other challenges, or did that take a while for you to achieve that much demand?
Yeah, so customer acquisition, definitely when we open the gym perspective is different than having something like a boot camp or something. Plus the competition when you compete with other gyms around, and competition in Egypt now is not like before. Like the street we're in is like having like around 10 gyms doing almost similar things. So business side, yeah, how can you differentiate yourself between the people around you or between the other competitors? What's different in your service? It starts by we need to question ourselves. What's the thing that makes us special? What made hundreds of people come from the first place? And here comes the thing where how you can keep the quality the same, and you keep refining and you keep updating your business and your coaching practices with what's new and what the people need. So yeah, the from the business side, competition is huge and it's growing, and with AI coming in and how people can just get any workout from ChatGPT or something, and they go kick in this workout. So how we can manage something like this from the business side? Yeah, it starts by again searching for what can be the tool to educate the clients and to reach the clients. What promotional things, what's your language on the social media, what are your marketing strategies, who are your audience, how you can speak their language, things like this to overcome the challenges and the competition.
Amazing. I know you mentioned AI. Have you had clients come to you with workouts that they've created on their own?
Um, it didn't happen that client want to do a workout. They got it already from AI, but I get questions like, can I just go and do my program on AI? Or can I write my own program on like ChatGPT and do something like this? And my answer is usually it starts by how you can assess yourself and how can you know what's your level and how you can, if you can give the right prompt, you can get the right program. If you can reassess, you can still refine your program. So this is applied to anything that AI can interfere in. If you give the right info, you get the right program, or you can get a starting point where you can build on. But if you don't have the skill of how you can build on this, or if you got something in the way, like if you got some shoulder pain, an injury, something like that, how are you gonna tackle something like this? How are you gonna write the right prompt for something like this? If you can do this, then you might be spending some time more than what you can do if you have a coach on your side, or if you have a professional help in something like this. So again, the clients don't like do this and don't do that. They like learning, and they like people to teach them and coaches to teach them the differences. I usually say this to my clients that we're like process experts. We sit in the back seat. You're the one leading. We give you some directions. If you go here, you're gonna see this. If you go here, you're gonna see that. So, and you're the one taking the direction. Would you love to do this, or would you love to do that? Would you love to explore this for some time? Then decide you can definitely do this. So from here comes the trust.
Absolutely. Are you using AI at all in your program design?
I use AI. AI is a tool, and um, coaches who are not using AI might substitute them one day on another. A coach who's using AI is having the tools, and he's getting updated with what's new. It's saving them time. It's giving them more ideas. It's updated. It's like having all the programs in the world at your fingertips that you can use the variety in, instead of going like for tries and errors a lot in programs. I want to try this program and I want to try this approach. You can see how AI can give you the tool and things like that. I use the RX bot in CoachRx app, and it's integrated with something like ChatGPT, and I use ChatGPT on the side. But I usually have this like, okay, this is the starting point, or these are some ideas for what you can use in your program, but not depending on it 100%. So it's like doing drawing a picture and you're coloring what's inside. So it's one of the colors that I use, but not the main thing, or it's not the main drawing.
Absolutely. From a nutrition standpoint, I bet you have a lot of versatility and use cases from that scenario, just when it comes to recipe creation or, more specific meal planning with customized prompts based on what your clients need, and can probably give them a lot more helpful information using AI than without.
Yeah, AI helps a lot in something like this, but in nutrition, what I do usually in nutrition is more of coaching than recipes. I have the recipes as one of the tools, but in nutrition, I usually depend on coaching, teaching habits in nutrition. So yeah, AI gives things like recipes. If I want, like, give me 30 snacks that can be done under 5 minutes. You get the 30 snacks with all the ingredients and directions. Give me something that can be done in something like an air fryer. Give me some shakes, 50 shakes having different flavors. So it's helpful. It saves some time in recipes and things like this. And maybe it helps as well in coaching the habits as well. Like if someone, for example, is eating quickly, what are the things that he can work on? Or if someone tried this and it's not working, what can happen? What can you do? You get some options and you get updates from all around the world, from OpenAI, people having the same thing. So it saves a lot of time. It's like um, having lots of doctors on your side, or having lots of coaches on your side who are sharing their experiences. So it saves time.
Something I always think about when we're working through scenarios with our XBot is, especially for remote coaches. I mean, you're lucky you're in a gym environment around other coaches, around people all the time. But for those coaches that are purely remote, which is quite a bit of the industry now, it can feel like a lonely job. So
Yeah.
if they're able to use our XBot as an assistant and be able to have an ongoing dialogue with it, maybe the job feels a little less lonely as well.
Yeah. Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, remote coaching and remote coaching and in-person coaching are completely different when it comes to loneliness and how you can interact with the people around. So when you're using something like AI, you have like tons of people around who are sharing their experiences. Yeah, it's definitely useful.
From a technology standpoint, outside of AI, and obviously, I know you use CoachRx for the from the software side of delivering the fitness experience virtually for your clients. I also have seen you use a lot of video modalities for assessment and maybe review of that assessment with the client to help them visualize kind of what you're looking for or the things you want them to think about when they're improving movement. Is there anything that you can share about how you're using technology across your practice and specifically in that instance with the video analysis of their assessments?
Yeah, so usually when I do the assessments, I capture videos for the clients while doing the assessment, while doing the toe touch, the scratch test, the squat test, the lunge test. And after this, we go for things like, okay, this is how your squat is looking, and we start doing analysis. For example, how the knee is moving, how the hip is moving, how the ankle is moving, and we start doing the analysis on what can be the starting point, what can be the limitations for something like this, if in person or with remote coaches as well. We use the video demonstrations for things like this to clarify to the client what are the starting point and what are the limitations. So yeah, video demonstrations are really important in something like this.
Do you find that you have to do a lot of education with your clients about, from a remote setting when they're uploading movement videos for you to review as part of the coaching experience? Is that something you also are having to spend a lot of time educating them on how and what you want to be able to provide them feedback remotely? Or do you find that most people are just picking that up now that you've maybe gone through a video assessment with them?
Yeah, so when the clients upload video for themselves doing a movement, for example, doing a clean, doing a back squat, doing something like this, and I pick something like we need to correct this. So I go into something like Loom video where I record something to them and maybe demonstrate the movement to them, like you need to keep your back straight, you need to do this, engage your core in this way. So yes, definitely. I use this tool which bridges the gap a bit to the client about how we can correct some of the movements and the client feedback from something like this. Okay, I corrected this movement. This is how I'm doing that. Is this correct? Yeah, this is correct. Maybe you need to adjust this. So yeah, definitely, video demonstrations are super, and it's getting way better as we go.
Do you have any rules of thumb when you're working with clients around how many things you're working on at once with them? Because I'm sure new clients coming in and they have big goals and maybe they have many things they want to work on the performance side. And then on the nutrition and habit side, they have things they want to work on. So how do you go about organizing and prioritizing the plan and how frequently you implement new habits for them?
Yeah, so it's usually one step at a time. This is the rule of thumb that we do, one step at a time. So I usually start with everyone I'm coaching in person or remote or anything by doing something like a 3 days food log to see what they're eating. And in the consultation, tell me what do you want to work on. And they say like, I want to adjust my portions. I want to eat better choices. I want to work on nutrient timing where when I'm eating this, when I'm eating that, what should I eat before workout and after workout. And I want to adjust the portions of the desserts. I eat desserts a lot. I want to work on something like that, or I eat late at night, and they list a lot of things. Then I go into, okay, if you have to choose only one thing of this, putting in mind that if you choose one thing, you need to think about what's the thing. If I fixed it, it's gonna fix the remaining things. For example, if you're thinking about nutrient timing, food portions, the type of food, desserts, what's the one thing that you think is having impact on the remaining of things? For example, and I give them some choices to or a way of thinking. For example, if you chose food quality, would food quality here satisfy your craving somehow if you had like a nutritious meal having carbs, proteins, fats, and vegetables after this? Would this, considering nutrient timing, would this keep you full for like 2, 3 hours? And would this satisfy your craving for some time? And would this help you minimize somehow the carbs option? If this was a choice you choose for the beginning habit, would this be your choice? And they say like, yes, okay, this is my habit. So you're focusing just on food quality for now. Nutrient timing will come next and we can perfect it next. But to start, you're going to start with food quality. So, yeah, this is how I prioritize thinking when it comes to nutrition. And same goes for training. When we start by something like, I want to go for Olympic lifting, and I want to do this, and I want to do muscle up, and I want to do all of this to do what's the common thing you think you need, and it comes to strength. Okay, let's master your strength to build your core and to build everything next.
So important. That's the amazing role of a coach, right? To help us think more clearly and to simplify and be able to execute. So I love those examples so much.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
So, how do you stay inspired and up to speed on what's changing in the market to be able to respond to your clients who are coming in with different and new ideas and asking you questions all the time? How do you stay engaged and up to speed on everything?
Yeah, so I got experience a lot from the clients and from coaching different kinds of people. Actually, I learned from the clients more than what they learned from me. What you get from feedbacks and how you work on it and how you keep refining everything you're doing every day. Okay, I did this mistake before. I'm gonna correct it in the next time when I'm dealing with another person. So I learn a lot from them, and they inspire me more than I teach them. This is one thing. The other thing to stay up to date is to keep updated with what's going in the market, what's going around, how fitness is evolving, how people are focusing, how you can focus, for example, as an athlete on if you have like things like competitions, how you can recover from these competitions and how you can lay out your program for a year and how you can prioritize your recovery and how you can balance between the competitive season and building season and how you can stay updated in something like this and how the importance of nutrition in something like this. So I need to keep learning and I need to keep staying updated in something like this to keep inspired with what's new.
What are the sources that you go to make sure you're in study mode or research mode on something? Do you just kind of Google your way through, or are there certain podcasts you listen to, favorite books, favorite learning resources?
Yeah, so I read books. I go to YouTube a lot. I have some people who help in something like this. I subscribe to them and I see their content. And OPEX is really one of the people who honestly I get everything updated from them, from the OPEX page, the YouTube, the LearnerX. Uh, mm, yeah, so these are the main sources.
Are you actively being coached by anyone at this moment, or mentored in any way?
Yeah, I've been coached with Sam Smith for like 2 years and a half. So Sam Smith is one of the best coaches I've met in my life, and I would love to get back to his coaching again. So Sam, yeah, I learned from him a lot when it comes to programming, to managing stress, to adjusting the programs, to things like how you deal with injuries when you have like an upper body injury, what you do when you have like a lower body injury, what you do how he responds to my request. For example, I want to work on this. This is something that's challenging and I want to adjust it. How can I do that? He's a great coach and he knows how to prioritize things and how to explain the programs and how to. He usually, when he puts any new cycle, he sends like a video for okay, the next cycle, this cycle we're working on this, we're progressing from this to that. In the past cycles, we had like these benchmarks, and we're going next to this. And he mentored me a lot in coaching and in business and in dealing with the hard type of the hard cases in clients. How can I deal with these people? He mentored me a lot, and I appreciate that a lot.
I love both James, and I'm sure Sam got this from James too. They're both such lifelong
Yeah,
learners. And they have such a library of article clippings, books that they've referenced for certain topics. And whenever you ask a question, it's always, here's some things to think about. Here's things to read. Here's some things to watch. And then
yeah,
you go back and do the analysis and come tell me what you think about this. And then we'll have a conversation. So I always love that about them.
yeah. It's great, and Sam mentorship is one of the things that I'm looking forward to do. Actually, when I went in the immersion course in 2016, Sam was one of the people who was sitting and writing notes for what James was saying in these lessons, and now he became Sam Smith, the coach from these principles, and how he took this and took it to the next level and upgraded his learning in this way. And it actually he's a role model in something like this. One of the people I look up to in the future in doing things like remote coaching. Yeah.
Absolutely. Are there any OPEX frameworks or yeah, I guess frameworks is probably the right word that have stuck with you over time that you either apply personally to your own fitness or your everyday life or are constantly applying to your client work and program design?
You mean principles that I do or principles that didn't work well to the clients?
Principles that you learned, principles or frameworks. And I'm saying frameworks because I'm thinking like it could be something like the MAP framework, or it
Yeah.
could be something like just the teach, learn, move, create phrase,
Hmm.
right? So many different loosely defining frameworks here that
Yeah.
are kind of our cultural,
Yeah.
standpoints that we kind of stake our claim to. And I love hearing from coaches what have been the most impactful to them.
Yeah. So all the frameworks definitely took the client from point A to point B somehow. Things like the map training, actually, the map training is really useful to some kind of people or to everyone if you can use them correctly. In the start of my fitness journey, I took like, okay, this is the map training. I want to start with every client with map 10 and move like map 9, 8, 7, 6 till we reach maybe map 1. But one of the main things that I reflected on from what I learned is, do the client really need to move from map 10 to map 1? Most of the time is no. Maybe you can stay from map 10 to map 8. These principles and these frameworks are like tools. You have tools in your toolbox, how you can use the different tools and when to use them. This is what's going to make you a great coach, and this is what's going to make the client staying with you as a coach, because what you want might be different than what they want. So you have to find something in between, and you want to give them what they want by applying the principles that you learned, but keeping it enjoyable to them and keeping it fun and keeping them want to go to the next session and seeing their progress and communicating with them what they really want to do and what they are ready, willing, and able to do before moving to the next step.
Awesome. I know you have several clients who have reached these epic milestones, 500 workouts. So obviously, client retention and longevity is something that you have done very well so far. What do you think are the key things that make your clients stay with you, working with you the longest? And how, what have you done to try to form those four really strong relationships?
Yeah, that's a very good question. So retention rate is one of the strongest thing that build the reputation of any coach, and retention rate might be one of the most important aspects I communicate with clients on how I want them to stay for a long period of time. So from the beginning, when we start, I tell them that as their coach, I'm not coaching them for a 1 month program, or we're not doing a challenge for like a 12 weeks or something like this. I tell them how their goals gonna need time. So if you want to lose like 10 kilograms of fat, this is your in body, you need to lose 10 kilograms of fat, or you need to lose more than this, you want to build 5 kilograms of muscles, or you want to reach a specific target in performance, or you have a competition coming ahead, or you want to reach a specific level. Theoretically speaking, you would need like a year, 2 years, something like that. So this is how long it's gonna take you. Then I start laying out the program after we do the assessment. Like the first phase is gonna be the accumulation, then we're gonna do intensification, then we're gonna do the pre-competition, then we're gonna do the competition phase. So when they see the vision and they see where's their standpoint, they start reflecting on, okay, I want to keep going in this journey. So this is the first step, which is the orientation that they need to understand where are they going and how long is the period. Like you show them the way, this is the way that we're gonna take. The next thing is how are you gonna react to clients' feedbacks? How are you gonna understand that clients have ups and downs? As a coach, one of the things that help you to keep your retention rate high is to be the one accountable for the goals the client have, beside the client, of course. So the client goals are my goals. If you want to get better, if you want to stay consistent, what can keep you consistent? This is what's gonna do. Consistency is way more important than intensity. This is one of the lessons that people that I educate people to do. So changing the program to be enjoyable and to help people stay consistent is what keeps retention rate high. If you can adjust and if you can be flexible somehow with the client, because sometimes they have like this is the end of the year where stress is high and where they have high work demand, or this is the beginning of the year where they're still setting goals and things like that. So they're still not sure what to do. So how you can adjust the program to this? To we're traveling this month, for example. How are you going to adjust training to traveling? They're coming back from a long break. They got injured, for example, while doing something, and they need to keep going. How you can adjust the program to if they're injured in the upper body, you just train them for the lower body, and you communicate how being consistent in something like this is more important, and that opportunity in if you have an upper body injury, it's an opportunity to work on the lower body and the core. So how you shift the mindset from this to that is what keeps client going, because you keep them focused on the goal. This is the way you want it to go, and throughout this way, they're gonna be ups and downs definitely along the way. And building the relationship with the client is very important. Building the trust as you go. They need to enjoy the process at the end, and they need to keep this part of the lifestyle. So when you're in person, you're seeing the client every day. So you need to make every day a nice day for them. You need to give them positive energy. You need to be friendly with them. You need to be motivating in the days where they're down and helping them move better and moving stronger in the days where they are strong. Yeah, so retention is it's a big thing, and it takes a lot of experience and a lot of trial and error to know how you can handle clients. And definitely along the way, you're gonna do mistakes. I did a lot of mistakes, for example, in things like this, that made me now where I stand today with the clients and with the relationship with the clients and how I handle them.
Yeah, absolutely. So powerful. getting alignment on their goals, helping them dig deep, uncover multiple layers as to their why behind those goals. So there's something substantial, showing them the long-term plan and that it's not something that's going to happen overnight. It's going to take a long time, but there's these milestones along the way that we'll celebrate, and that you're the coach that's going to take them from A to B over the course of this long period of time and be right there with them, making it your own goals as well.
Yeah, exactly.
I love that so much. What are you most excited about right now as we enter? It's a new year. We're going into we're in 2025 now. What are you most excited about with your practice and the gym?
Yeah, so one of the things that I'm so excited to do is scaling the business and working on the B2B, working with other businesses, doing things like corporate deeds and targeting the corporate side of people, because this target is it needs help. People are drowning in work, where they work like 8 to 12 hours nonstop. They have posture problems, they have back problems, they have neck problems. So how we can, instead of staying in the gym and just telling them to come, we go to them and we educate them in their place, and we start doing and implementing things to help them move better and get better in their life and still do their work, but do it better. This is one of the main things I'm working on, and scaling the business and opening new branches. And actually, remote coaching is one of the things that I'm looking to expand at this point of time. After gaining a lot of experience in the in person, I want to expand this more in the remote coaching. Yeah, so these are one of the main goals for 2025.
Amazing. I also like to, I want two things to close on. One is I know you, because you're a perfect example of what it means to elevate the industry, to elevate the example of a professional coach in the industry. What does being a professional coach mean to you?
Yeah, so a professional coach is definitely a full-time coach who's willing to put in the time and effort to keep developing. And a professional coach is someone who do it with passion before anything. If you're passionate about what you're doing, you're gonna get professional by time. And a professional coach is someone who learn from the mistakes and who listens more than he talks. Definitely, these are one of the main things that makes a professional coach, and definitely being updated and knowing what's new and keeping your practice up to date. This is what's going to make you a professional coach, along with having the framework and being organized, knowing how to manage your time. This way, you're going to be a professional.
Is there anything that you would wish you would have known when you were getting started, or that you just think is a helpful nugget to share with new coaches who may be listening?
Yeah, so to new coaches who are listening, or something that I wished I knew when I started, that um, uh, perfection is based on the condition of the person standing in front of you. So, for example, if someone is working on something, let's say if someone wants to lose weight, for example, and you see the perfect scenario for them is like giving them a meal plan, working on the habit, giving them a 3 times per week workout. This is perfection. Perfection is based on what they can do and given the condition that they are in. So if you want to give, because usually new coaches go into the trap of, I want to give them the perfect program. So I'm gonna work on map training, I'm gonna work on the strength, I'm gonna work on nutrition, I'm gonna do this and that at the same time, because this is what I learned and I want to apply what I learned. But you need to understand what's the condition of the client and what the client needs. So usually you start by this, then you start implementing everything bit by bit. Start small. Usually less is more to 90% of the client, and consistency is what builds the progress.
Like you said, one step at a time. I love that so much. Thank you, Ahmed, for spending time with me and just sharing your
Thank you so
knowledge
much.
with our community. I appreciate you and just, yeah, thank you for all you do to be a great representation of the OPEX brand, the CoachRx brand, and truly what it means to be a professional coach. We just appreciate you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity and for your time. And I enjoyed really this talk too much. Thank you so much.